need comment section. We need mask off in the comment section. We need tribe vibes in the comment section. Y'all know how we do. So I told you guys that I was back on home base. We are now live on home base. I'm gonna share live while ain't nobody up in here, if it would let me. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. A moment to share the video. Let me know when you guys come in, if you guys can hear me clearly. I'm not gonna start. We're gonna do like a story. Because I want to see. Alright. That's right. Thumbs up the video as you come into the room. Thumbs it up, thumbs it up. Welcome my two Soul Tribe members. And I also welcome my haters to come. So, yeah, we're gonna do like a story time. I was a little emotional when I first found out all of the stuff that was going on, hidden within this fake ass family that I was dealing with. That's right. Peace, peace, peace. Judgment. Yeah, so I actually am gonna do this live because I was told that, it's okay to call down judgment. And also, I had a few announcements. You guys share the video. Make sure that you guys are sharing the video so the tribe will know. Share it in the ethers. Share it in ESU'S Chaos. Because I'm going to speak my truth. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speak my truth. Yeah. Sit back, you guys. It's not going to be any hardcore like shit going. Well, this is going to be hardcore, and I am going to give a little bit of a disclaimer to tell the tribe that some of this information may be distinct. So viewer discretion is advised. I do want to recap for the people that don't know my story and they don't know what I'm going through. But I told you guys that I would end up having to tell you guys my story in pieces because it is a very layered story. So I'm going to tell the story in pieces. I do want to just focus on, I'm going to use myself as an example, my situation. I would like to focus on SoulTies. I would like to focus on third-party situations so that people have an understanding of you don't even have to be aware that you're in a third-party situation to be in a third-party situation. People can put you energetically in third-party situations. So I only have 2 people here, and I don't like that. It is the weekend. Unless the tribe is hitting the club, roll call, okay? We know our beautiful sister Sian is here. I had to make her a moderator. I don't even know how to do that. Let me see if I can figure that out. If I can make you a moderator. Add moderator. All right. Look at you, girl. You just got promoted. Upgraded. Instantly. As so above, so below. Alright. So it looks like we only got 2 people. Alright. So we just gonna keep it going. We're just gonna keep it going. And the people will come as they come. Alright, so I did want to focus. The spirit has been wanting me to tell you guys without all of the emotion that I had in the beginning. They want me to tell you guys my story, my truth, without all of that. So I don't know how to keep my comments up there because they just, okay, there it is. I'm like, they just pop up and leave. Hood and Hoodoo says, I feel like the collective about to need a whole bunch of soul tie removals. Yeah, we might end up having to do something like that. We might end up having to do some type of group ritual with that as well. So before I get into my story, I do want to give the downloads that I got from the spirit. They did say that we were out of judgment. Everybody on the planet has been judged while they were alive. Okay, so we are out of judgment. You are able now to have sex if you want to have sex, but you do still need to use your spiritual discernment with who you are laying with, who you are sharing that magic wand with, my king, or whoever you are allowing into your portal, my goddess. Okay, so make sure that you are still using discernment. As far as the karmic people and what they've done, spirit is saying that they have already, like I said, they've already been judged, and now it's just time to allow it to play out. Basically, I'm sorry, I'm hearing them as well at the same time. So now it's time to allow it to play out. Whatever they are going to receive has already been written in stone, and it cannot be undone. So it really doesn't matter if they continue to attack or whatever. Like their fate is already sealed. Okay. With that, all right. So I am going to give Ashe to the divine infinite mother, father, God, and I'm going to give Ashe to Santissimo Morte. And we're also going to give Ashe to the answers known and unknown that mean as well. And we're going to give Ashe to the recorder angels, the spirits that see everything. Spirits to see everything. All right. So it's going to be like my testimony, and I'm going to go ahead and speak it. So my story is definitely relevant, and I'm going to use the example that want me to focus on just simply my marriage to the pastor. And I'm going to put his name out there. His name is Arthur Moore. The spirit told me not to spare any feelings or spare anything. I'm going to just put his fucking name out there. Reverend Arthur Moore. Okay? And the reason why I'm going to do it is because, see, he went out and told all lies about me, and now I'm going to speak all truth. And the spirit, again, has told me that if people want better, you want people to talk positively about you, then you should give them better experiences. As long as I'm not lying on anybody, I should be okay. I'm going to just give a quick rundown of the marriage, and then I'm going to tell you guys how this person has energetically tied themselves to me for 10 years, unbeknownst to me. Like, without my knowledge, without my permission, constantly trying to rewrite spiritual contracts to keep me in the mix, okay? Yeah. So, I met him again, like I said, in 2008. And we married in 2008. We married the 4th of July, 2008. We divorced in 2011 after our second son was born. Within 3 months of us being married, I found out the day before we got married that I was pregnant with our first son. And right after that, like I said, about 3 months into the marriage, he was already cheating. He went and got a job, I believe it was at Sears in the mall or something. It was years ago. He went and got a job there, and he met someone there, and he started to sleep with this person. Just random sleep with this person, right? So when he did that, I ended up smacking him, right? Because he kept lying to me and was like, la, whatever. But I knew it because the girl was like physically there, so like it was really no lying. So I ended up smacking him, and I put him out, okay? And I want y'all to have the details so that when you go back and you listen to the spiritual aspect of the situation, you'll see the narcissism, the psychopathic, the sociopathic, the all of the fucking narcissistic shit. Okay? So I ended up smacking him, and then I put him out of the house that day because he was constantly lying to my face about cheating on me with this girl when the girl was like literally there and there was proof of it. So I put him out of the house, and he took that as, we're now divorced and I can go fuck other bitches and do whatever the fuck I want to do. So once he left, I mean, like, he was gone, and I'm pregnant with this child. This is the preacher now. And the only reason why I did smack him, like I said, physical violence isn't the way, Okay, but I was very frustrated, and I felt like he was trying to play mind games with me, which he was, because he was literally trying to convince me that that's not what was going on. But this girl is here like, bitch, I'll beat your ass and take your nigga, type shit, you know. So when he did that, he was gone. So literally, he got me pregnant. We got married, and then he was gone. Like immediately, he did not spend any time with me. He didn't try to get to know me. He didn't put any effort into the marriage at all, not even a little bit. Okay, and then he was in and out the whole time that I was pregnant between this girl and I. And finally, I dealt with it while I was pregnant. I didn't sleep with anybody else or anything like that. And finally, after I had the baby and I got my sexy back, I said, "Do you want this marriage?" And I had waited a year on him because I was that brainwashed with the Bible shit that I felt like I wasn't divorced, so I should not be out here with no nigga. So our son was like damn near one. I'm like, "Do you want this marriage and shit?" And he's like, "I want both of y'all." Now this is the preacher. So I tell him at that point, "Now you can have that bitch. I'm good." You know what I'm saying? And I move on with my life, and I want y'all to pay attention to the details on how you know someone has a soul tie or they're a karmic, okay? I went on with my life. I got a place and all the other stuff. We also ended up homeless too. Let me not skip ahead, okay? By the time his son was 3 months old, we were living in a homeless shelter, and he was still with this bitch. He didn't try to get the child, his brand new newborn baby, out of the homeless shelter. He did not try to assist his wife. We were still married. He didn't try to do any of those things. Okay? And again, I have to tell you the details of the story so that you understand when I loop this shit back around to the spiritual shit where this shit all aligns, okay? So he did not do any of those things. So I'm in the homeless shelter with our child, and he's the preacher, and he's sleeping, living big with this bitch or whatever, you know? And then after that, we get out of the shelter. I get to a place of my own. And then he comes back when I get stable and I get settled and I have these kids to take care of, and I have them in this home, and he comes back. And once he comes back into the marriage, and we're not fully divorced at this point, once he gets back into the marriage, he starts to cheat again. Okay? So he gets another bitch and he cheats again once he gets back into the marriage. Okay? And this girl's name was Stacy. Same thing. He had this girl flaunting her in front of the church and all this other shit in front of me, and he was still in the pulpit, still marrying people, and I didn't really understand that. It really upset me spiritually, because I was like, if you're cheating on me and you're performing marriages on other people, you're essentially cursing their marriage. Like you're putting your bad juju on them. You're not in alignment, you know. But he was still doing the shit. I would watch him counsel other people's marriages right in front of me, and he would not fix our marriage. He wouldn't put forth any effort to fix our marriage. Okay? So that was really frustrating as well. So we ended up breaking up over her. Okay? We break up over her. And then we do end up trying to reconcile. He comes back. We get a place again. And he's coming back and forth because I do have these kids, and I do not want to raise my children by myself. I'm going to pull all my sisters out of that fucking mind frame, okay? I'm going to pull all of you all out of that fucking mind frame, all right? So when he comes back this last time and I've got my place, again, I'm in the place now where I've opened up the portal, and where I gave him the power, and I explained to all of you guys that shit or whatever. So I'm in that place now, and the portal was so strong that it needed to be shut down, and I need to move out of it. And he had just magically got a place around the corner from where I was living at. So the spirits that I was dealing with at the time, which were his spirits, okay, and they would come through me through technology. I'm going to explain half of the spirits that I know that came through him. No Name is one of them that came through him, because he was a conduit. He can have good and bad spirits. Schizophrenia, we're going to talk about all this shit, okay? Because that's what this shit is. And this is my whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. All right? So the last apartment, I remember something really, really, really crazy that happened there. It was on Wells in St. Louis, Missouri. This is when spirits were really hopping into his body. They were hopping to his fucking body. He wore glasses and he couldn't see. So how I would know that it wasn't him, like he had a real bad stigmatism. So like if he took his glasses off and it's really him, he's not going to be able to see me clearly at all and right in front of his face. When he took his glasses off, he could see clearly. And I knew then that it was a spirit. And at this time when we were in this apartment, that's how we ended up getting back together. He ended up having a accident at work, and he broke his femur. And this motherfucker had me get a lawyer, call and all that other shit, to do all that other shit for him. This motherfucker wins the fucking settlement and doesn't give me anything. He takes the money and he runs off with a bitch. After I did all the work with the lawyer and everything, he broke his femur. I helped him out. I took care of him. He needed the shower, get in the shower, all of that shit. Okay? And he didn't give me anything, and I have his 2 children. All right, so the last time that we were together in this apartment on Wells, and we weren't sleeping together because he was still cheating. And this is right when the second wife comes around, Ernestine. This is the one that he ends up getting pregnant. All right, and in this apartment on Wells, before Ernestine actually physically manifested, there was a feminine spirit by the name of Ernestine that entered into his body and came to see me and talked to me and told me, honey, this ain't your husband. He got a whole nother soulmate. And I'm like, and this is a man now, okay? This is a man now, but his voice went higher. His mannerisms were feminine, okay? And this is the preacher and everything. And she told me through him, because Ernestine is now in the driver's seat, okay? And this is why it's important for you to make sure that you're in alignment with your higher self, and your higher self is in the driver's seat. Okay, she gets in the driver's seat and she tells me that they got a wife for him, and they're gonna divorce us. They took the ring right off my finger. All right, spirits was like, give me the ring he gave you. I give him the ring. He probably gave her the ring that I got from like I told y'all, he gave me the ring to marry someone else with, so he probably gave her the ring that just like the movie Split. Yep, that's right. You know what I'm saying? He probably gave her the ring that he took off my finger or whatever. But the spirit that was inside of him that told me to take the ring off was a whole nother spirit, because angels and demons would come into him. Open portal, okay? Angels and demons would come into him, right? So the spirit that told me to take off the ring was a angel, and that spirit was the same spirit that I had told y'all walked into the room that one day and looked over to me, and I told you I was saying what the fuck in my mind, and I didn't even speak it. If y'all remember me making a video about that, and I didn't even speak it or whatever, and the spirit then said stop saying what the fuck, but I didn't speak it. So I then knew he could hear my fucking thoughts, and I was even more freaked out, like what the fuck. I said it again. You know. So yeah, he told me to take the ring off because he had gotten the ring from a pawn shop, and the person that had the ring before, and I think that's the thing too. I think that the ring that he gave me is probably the same ring that all of us have had, okay? Even the current bitch, I guarantee you, okay? Because the person, well, the spirit that was inside of him told me that that ring had been used in a black magic ritual, and it was supposed to be death and decay to everyone who wears this ring. So the spirit was like, give me the ring. And I was like, whoa. I even made a video on my old YouTube channel about this ring, because the motherfucker was stacked and packed with real diamonds. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him the ring. This is the same apartment in which I walked out one morning, and there was, you know, the Ouija board, you know, the little Ouija board things. There was the eye for the Ouija board on the grass when we walked out, and all my kids seen it. I seen it. My kids is witnesses as well, and I was freaked out by it because I knew that spirits were going in and out of his motherfucking ass. But I wasn't afraid of them because, again, I had been seeing spirits and shit all my life. I wasn't afraid of them. I was just shocked. I was shooketh at how quickly he could transform into these different faces or whatever. And so I moved that. Me and my kids, I grabbed that shit. I took it off the lawn. I walked it down the alley at least a block and put it into a trash can. And the next fucking morning, My kids is my witness. The Most High God is my witness. The Most High Honorable Judge is my witness. All the ancestors, angels, and guides is my witness. We put it in the fucking dumpster at least a block up. And when we woke up the next morning, the eye for the Ouija board was back in the yard. I didn't really get it at that point that this motherfucker was into like dark shit. It wasn't really resonating with me because, like I said, I had been groomed by the spirits my whole life. So seeing spirits hop in and out of him wasn't nothing that was, not normal for me. It was shocking because it happened often or whatever, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, they came through him. All right. What's wrong with him now is because he did not balance the energy, decipher the voices, allow the higher self to take the seat. And that's anybody who doesn't get their fucking mind right, okay? Shaking my head, yeah, man, all this new info because the fuck is crazy. Well, I'm gonna give you you're getting the new info because I never cared to share my side of the story because it didn't matter to me. I was just looking for better days, looking for something brighter, looking for something new. We got 21, 32, and 33 on the clock, okay? I was just looking for something better. Once the spirits told me that, I was like, okay, like I knew something was like seriously fucking wrong, right? So literally after that happened, that encounter at that apartment with Ernestine, and we ended up leaving that apartment with the spirit of Ernestine, right? 6 months later, a physical female by the name of Ernestine was in the fucking picture. Like physically, a person whose name was Ernestine was that's who he got pregnant. That's who he got pregnant. That's what led to our divorce in 2011. Okay? That's what led to our divorce in 2011 because he had gotten Ernestine pregnant. And this is what I'm talking about, soul ties and third party situations. I'm going to just go ahead and slide that in there because something was really strange to me with my encounter. The spirit that came through him, that was Ernestine, was very, very nice. She was very nice. And she was like, oh, honey, don't worry about it. You got a king somewhere down the line. He come. Like, she was just, don't worry about it. And this is through a male's body, okay? Right? And I'm like, all right. The spirit of Ernestine was very nice to me. And that is actually around the time when they told me, like when I asked them what the fuck was going on, the good spirits that would come through him, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I will be actually waiting to talk to them, like for them to hop in the fucking body so I can talk to their motherfucking ass, right? And be like, what the fuck wrong with this nigga? You know what I'm saying? So that was actually the spirit that told me to fucking watch. What is that movie, y'all? What is the fucking movie? The Skeleton Key. Remember I told y'all the fucking spirit came to me and told me to fucking watch The Skeleton Key? Remember it was a fucking couple trying to steal somebody else's body so that the soul, oh my God. 2337. Okay? That was the same spirit that told me to watch that movie, and now it all fucking makes sense what they're trying to do to me. Okay? So he does that. He marries Ernestine, and we separate our ways, and I go on with my life, and I have his kids. He's never bought the kids anything since birth. I have his children, and I'm doing this by myself, and he is moving him and his family down to Atlanta or whatever, and that's fine with me. I'm doing my thing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no thing for me, right? So the reason why he was able to get me back into his life twice after that was because, of course, I have been, out here for years with his kids, and he had not bought them anything. He had not helped me. So he kind of lured me with, I'm going to help you with the kids. So he gets me, I'm traveling and shit. He gets me to Omaha, Nebraska. I'm at Omaha, Nebraska, and he gets me to give up my home and to move down to Atlanta, Georgia. And I have to tell you this because what he does is he went around and told people I was obsessed and jealous and wanting to ruin his relationships and all this other crazy shit, right? Let me not get ahead because I have to tell you that when I met the actual physical Ernestine, she was very rude to me and she was very mean to me. Y'all thumbs up this video. We got 5 people in here, and let me get 5 likes, because this is my life. I ain't asking for no donations or shit. I'm straight letting y'all into my business. Okay? She was very mean to me, and she had this disposition of I was trying to ruin their relationship. So she automatically came in wanting to fight, and I couldn't stand for the life of me why this girl wanted to fight me. And I'm looking at her like, bitch, you're sleeping with my husband. You're sleeping with my husband. So why is it that you're acting as if I'm fucking your husband? You get me? So I was a little confused by that, right? And I was definitely thrown off because, like I said, the spirit was nice to me, and then the actual physical person of Ernestine was not nice at all. And when I look back on that, I realized that he had taken the ring from me, proposed to her, and then he told her that I was a bitter ex-wife who was trying to get in between their relationship, but me and him was still married, like putting me in a third party situation. This girl really thought, because of what he had told her, he told her that we were already divorced, because she was even saying, y'all divorced. I'm like, bitch, have you seen some paperwork? Because I ain't seen no paperwork. Where the paperwork? Where did we get divorced? And then she knew that she was wrong because she came to our divorce, bitch. Months later, she came to our actual divorce. Like, she was in there with me and pregnant. And he did that too, to invoke an emotional response. He brought this woman pregnant to our divorce hearing. Yeah, the preacher. Okay? Yeah. It's fucked up. Let me light my blunt, because I definitely need it. See, I'm better to get my story out when I'm not emotional. I don't give a fuck about the situation no more. But I do have to tell my side of the story, because he went out here telling people I was a prostitute. This motherfucker actually did try to sell me to people. And this is all while I'm building Truth Gang, traveling the country, meeting you all. Yeah. You get me? So, when I give up my house in Omaha, Nebraska, me and the kids are stable. That's why I started the YouTube channel up. Right, go and roll up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I started the YouTube channel up there in Omaha, Nebraska. And he gets me to up and give up that nice ass schoolhouse house that I had and move down there. And when I moved down there, he said he's going to help me with the kids. I have the kids on speakerphone, everything. First time I went down there with Ernestine, and that was the time that I told you I went to the girl house. This sounds like me and your twin. Oh Lord. When I went down to the girl's house and I seen her crying or whatever, he had promised me my own house the first time that we went down there, and I didn't get it. Right? I didn't get it. We ended up having, he was like, well, when I got down there, I'm like, you got the house or whatever, what's up? You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, well, we gonna have y'all stay with us for a couple days or whatever. And the bitch just immediately like started mistreating me or whatever. So I ended up leaving, but they told everybody they put us out, but we left. Okay? Truth. We left because what made us leave that house or whatever was she got up one day and she started to fuss about something. But before I even tell that part, let me tell you this part. What gave me an inkling of a notion to want to leave was they had their own bathroom somewhere in their area on the other side of the house. It was kind of like a big house or whatever. And they also she had kids. They're not his kids, but she had kids. I told y'all when I was down there, I was dating somebody, and this dude and the preacher made the dude that I was with borrow $20 from him to buy food for our children, the children that me and the preacher have together. Okay? To buy food for our children. And I got mad at my guy, and I was like, don't you fucking dare pay him back $20 motherfucking dollars to feed his own fucking kids. He said, I'll loan you to the guy that I'm dating. Okay? $20 to feed his own kids. The guy that I was dating didn't have any kids. Okay? He didn't have any fucking kids. All right? So, and he fed this woman's kids in front of his own kids. that night. Okay? He fed that woman's kids in front of his firstborn sons that night. And he tried to put that responsibility off on a person who didn't even have kids that I was dating. Okay? This is the preacher we're talking about. The good Reverend Dr. Bishop Don Juan Kishon, aka real name, government name, Reverend Arthur Moore. Okay? He did that to our children. Alright? Oh yeah, he's gonna get his karma. You know? He's gonna get his karma. Right? So we ended up leaving there or whatever, and that's when I ended up going, you know, to another state or whatever. The second time, we're all steady and we're comfortable again, and I'm not talking to him anymore because we left, you know, their house or whatever. We didn't even stay there 30 days or anything. You know what I'm saying? We left. I get all comfortable again, and then he comes back and he says, you know, I really want to help you with your business. I want to help you with the kids. And this is where I meet Baba D at in Atlanta, Georgia, the second time, okay? And how he was able to lure me these times is because nobody wants to sit here and be a single fucking mother. If you tell me you're going to help me with our children, then I'm going to take the help. I did not receive any help from this preacher at all. Every time I fell for the okie doke with this person, I ended up homeless with his children, and he did not help us. He did not help. Fuck me. You didn't even help your kids. So will those texts that I posted of his stupid ass wife, doppelganger ass bitch ass wife who wishes she was me and just as jealous of me as she could possibly be. And this is the third wife, not Ernestine, because they ended up divorcing, okay? They ended up divorcing. This is the new one that I'm talking about. Okay? When we moved down to Georgia that time, kids was on speakerphone again. He says he wants to help with the kids again. And I'm out here. I'm trying to run a business. I'm trying to do what I have to do for my spirit. That's going to help me. Maybe he'll be able to come and get y'all for a couple hours or something. Nigga never did any of that shit. When we got down to Atlanta, Georgia, the second time, I'm going to tell you what he did do. He did get us a house. After a month of us being in a hotel room, he did get us a house. I'm going to tell you how he got the house. There was another lady there that he knew, and we went to go view the house, and he asked me to sit in the car for 30 minutes, and he slang that thing. Okay? He did something strange for a piece of change to get us in the house. And I said to myself, that's fucked up. He's a pastor. But then my higher self said, no, bitch. He ain't never done nothing for you or your children. So the least he can do is slang that thing. See, he was trying to pimp me. I'm going to get to that too. But that's all we ever got him, okay? And he said that he was going to pay the bills in that house and everything. And we were in the house for probably like 2 months. Good, settled. Everything is going great, okay? And he tried to then force on to me being the current wife's friend. When I went down to Atlanta, Georgia, the girl Leah Grubb that was on the page talking that shit, all she could say is, you ugly, you ugly. He wanted us to be friends, and I didn't want to hang out with her. And I'm going to tell you how strong the illusion is, okay? I didn't want to hang out with her, and I didn't know anybody in this big-ass city of Atlanta, Georgia. And I was forcing myself to, like, try to find friends, and he literally blocked me from finding any friends. So then he was like, well, don't say we didn't try to help you and the spirits didn't send you a friend when she right here and you can be her friend. Every woman that he got with, he tried to entangle me with these women. Okay. So for the sake of saying you can't say that I didn't accept what the spirit offered me, I did go out with this girl one time. One fucking time. That's the only time that I ever went out with that girl, and I brought my teenage daughter with me. And I literally did not speak to her, the girl that was on the text messages. While we were in the car, like my conversation was short. I knew I didn't want to be a friend. I didn't want to be a friend because you're my ex-husband's girlfriend, and I don't got time for that shit. His ex, the first wife, the way that she wanted to fight me over him lying to her and telling him that we were already divorced, she found out all that shit. That's why they divorced and all that shit. But I'm just saying, after that and being attacked by that person about my husband, like she straight wanted to fight me over my husband because he told her we was already divorced. I didn't want to be involved with any other female. that he was fucking with. I didn't care to be involved with that shit. You get what I'm saying? I hung out with her. I ain't talked to her. I ain't do anything. And then the next day, she took us to get bottled water. And why did she take us to get bottled water? Because things slowly started to get cut off in the house. Now I have his kids. He's never paid child support. He's never bought them an outfit. He did, when we were in the shelter, come and see our firstborn son when he was 3 months old. But he brought him some newborn diapers and preemie outfits, and the shit didn't even fit, so it doesn't count. He didn't do shit for our kids, okay? It did not even fit. He bought diapers that didn't fit. He bought motherfucking clothes that were premature for a premature baby, and they didn't even fit. 44 people in the chat, 4 likes for us. 44. We got 35, 50 on the clock, okay? So yeah. And when the bills and shit start getting cut off, he tells me, you know, if I don't ever answer my phone, you can always call my gal, because he want me to be this girlfriend. I did hang out with the girl one time, and then I said, all right, I did what you want me to do. I'm not hanging out with her no more. And the moment that I said that and I closed that door, there was a lady across the street that came over. It was Easter. I'm not fucking lying. It was Easter. She came over and she said, hey, I just noticed that you just moved in, and our kids, they play together, and I noticed that you don't have any family or anything, so I would like you to come, you and your children, to come over to my house with me and my husband and my family, and I want you to eat Easter dinner with us. And the whole entire time, I couldn't find nobody, no friend, no nothing. But as soon as I was like, okay, whatever, motherfucker, I'm not fucking with her. I didn't have anything against the girl, but I knew that it was going to be some type of fuckery with him. So I didn't want to hang out with Miss Leah Grubb. I'm putting her name out there too, because they've been had my name all in their mouth. And the spirit say it's okay, because I'm protected. So I'm going to put their name out there. Okay? Because this story is really going to it's going to get really, really fucking twisted here. It's already twisted. Okay? So he ends up not paying any of the bills. So I call the girl and I tell the girl, Arthur, you know, did he pay the rent? Did he pay the water bill? Did he pay the lights? Shit over here getting cut off. And I'm not understanding why, because I asked him about it and he said he did it. And she's totally oblivious to the entire situation. Okay? This is the girl that was on the text messages on Facebook. Okay? She's totally oblivious to the entire situation. And then at that moment, my soul sunk, because I knew, bitch, he did it to you again, bitch. When you gonna learn, bitch, he did it to you again. So I called my kids in the room again while I'm on the phone with his girlfriend. She's got him on 3-way, and she's like, excuse me. So when the fuck was you gonna tell me that you got her down here and you supposed to be paying all her bills and all that shit until she get on her feet? Because she didn't know anything about that. I'm sure she was giving him money, okay? Which means, you know what that means. That's the money right there that I was getting, okay? So he sits on that 3-way phone with his children there and says right in front of my kids on a 3-way phone call, he didn't say none of that. He didn't invite us down there. I just wanted to come down there so I can be up underneath him. And I had my kids in the room for a reason. When he invited us down there, I said, all kids, come on in the room, because we're a tribe. So what do you guys want to do? You know what I'm saying? You guys want to go down there with daddy? When that phone call came, they, oh yeah, we want to come out. We want to go down there with daddy. Okay. I want my children to be happy. Okay. So I said, okay, go down there with daddy. And when he denied that he said any of that shit, I called all my kids in the room again. Y'all hear what your daddy just said? My kids' faces just dropped like, wow, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's the time that I also told y'all when they came to cut the electricity off that time. But I watched the electric man go up to the fucking pole outside the house in Atlanta, Georgia. Climb up that fucking pole and cut that shit off. And right as he climbed down, I seen an angel sit on top of the same pole that man was on, and my lights flickered off and on, and them motherfucking lights stayed on. I'm not bullshitting. Anything that I tell you, I will be hooked up to a lie detector test for. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who believe me. This is my truth. An angel sat on the top of that fucking electric pole there. My lights were very dim in the house, but they all were still on, and I could still use the refrigerator, and I could still use the microwave. Okay? And they kept those lights on a week later, after the shit was cut off. Okay? And I have to tell this story because I just want them to know what type of sucker nigga this motherfucker is. He's the pastor. Motherfuckers is trusting this motherfucker with his soul, with their soul. and the shit that he put me in, right? And when the girl asked me about our relationship, I told her the truth. Like, okay, yeah, he cheated on me. He got Ernestine pregnant. He went to Ernestine, and that was pretty much it. That's that. She asked me, did he take care of him or whatever? I told him, no, he ain't really never took care of the kids or nothing. When I first got down to Atlanta, right? He had took the kids for one day when we was in a hotel, one day. And they came back with clothes and shoes and all that shit. And I told the girl on that phone call, I said, he just now doing something for them kids. He just bought them the shoes and the clothes and the outfits. And she said, oh, he didn't do that. I did. And I said, oh, well, he didn't never do nothing for these kids then. Because he came back and he said he had bought these clothing and these shoes for these kids. And she's telling me now, after we've discovered that he did not tell her that he was going to help me get on my feet and start Asha's Epiphany. At the time it was Aura's Epiphany. He didn't fucking tell her that shit. And then when I told her he had never done anything for my kids and that he had just done that for them when we got to Atlanta, that was the first time he had ever done anything to them. I mean, for them. You get what I'm saying? She told me that he didn't do that. She did that. And I said, okay. And she was asking me, about our relationship or whatever. And I told him if I was her, because she felt like he was cheating on her or whatever. And I wanted to make sure damn clear that she knew that it wasn't me that he was cheating on her with. And I don't want this motherfucker because he done me dirty so many fucking times, right? So many fucking times, right? This motherfucker, I told the truth, man. I told her, look, he cheated on me, boop, 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 boop. And that's the end of it. And the reason why I'm here is because he said he wanted to help me with the kids. He said he wanted to be around his kids, which is the same reason I moved down there the first time. And yeah, we ended up leaving out of that house and going to the shelter. And I'm going to tell you something. The only thing that man did to help us out of that situation was drive us to the shelter. Okay? He drove us. And he dropped them kids off right there with my motherfucking ass in the motherfucking homeless shelter. Okay? Okay? Yeah. The preacher. And then I had already met Baba D at my house or whatever, but Baba D did get wind of the situation, and he decided that he wanted to. I told him, like, I'm not gonna stay here or whatever, but I knew I wasn't going home, and we went down to Louisiana. Okay, we went down to Louisiana. Every relationship that I had, this man, every relationship that I had, he was doing black magic on me, but I wanted to tell the physical parts of it. Every relationship that I had after him, he would break us up. He would talk to these men and tell them lies about me. And keep in mind, when I tell you, the day that we got married, within 60 to 90 days, he was already out the door. That man do not know me. I remember we had been married. Okay, because remember I told you he was off and on, and that off and on went on for years because I was still trying to, be a good Christian wife and let this motherfucker, do whatever he gonna do. Like, divorce me if you're gonna divorce me or whatever hoe you want. Pick your hoe, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, let me calm myself. I ain't even like my blood again. I'm for real because this shit is hard for me. I've been doing good so far. Alright, so we go down to Louisiana and shit. And we move and all that other shit. And that's when he's sending me the conflict spells and all that other shit, right? I want to fast forward just to this day. I'm going to hop around in the story because there's many layers to this story. So, after we left Atlanta, Georgia, that time there, I never talked to him again. I talked to him once in Louisiana, and we had been in Louisiana in our own place. It was right after me and Baba D had got our own place. We had been in Louisiana maybe like a month or two. And he was doing like rituals on one of our sons. And our sons will have trouble in school because, of course, he's doing chaos and conflict spells. So our sons will have trouble in school. So I called him and I told him, look, if you want to help me with the son or whatever, then you need to get your son to help me with the schooling or something like that. There was even a meeting in Atlanta. There's another reason why I knew. When we was in that house, there was a school meeting in Atlanta. And he said that he was going to show up for the school meeting and never showed up. Like, I got a call. He literally had took me to the store to get some toilet paper and stuff. And I said, you're going to go to the school and you're going to have this meeting because I'm tired. Like, I need you to help me with these kids. And he said, yeah, I'm going to go. And 5 o'clock roll around. Motherfucking principal calling me talking about, yeah, he didn't show up for that meeting. And I calls him. Like, why the fuck you didn't show up? He said, oh, I had something else to do. He didn't show up. He wasn't interested in being a parent at all. But he was dragging me into these situations because he wanted to say that I'm on his dick, that I want him or anything like that. He's literally just luring me in based off of emotional response, trying to get me to, have an emotional response because I have children with him. While I was married to the pastor, I was homeless with his children several times. And every time that we were homeless, he didn't be homeless with us while we were married. He didn't be homeless with us. He found him a hoe to lay up with, while me and the children were out here suffering. And I'm going to tell you something. He even had me paying child support on our children, and my children were in my custody. Black magic. I don't manipulating community spells. How the fuck did you do that? Meaning that I would go to work to provide for our children. He's not helping me. He's not giving me any child support or anything. He doesn't even have the children in his care. Right? And then the child support office, I was pissed off at them because you don't even have legal separation papers, bitch. You don't even have divorce papers, bitch. So how did you do this? So I'm going to work. They're taking child support out of my check. This is oppression, okay? They're taking child support out of my fucking check, and then I have to turn around and take care of the children with whatever's left from the child support that's already taken out of my check. Imagine how much money I had to take care of the children with. Imagine. Shit is deep, y'all. Imagine how much money I had to take care of the children with when he was doing that. And that shit was on me for like 3 years. And I'm literally at the child support office with the kids like, hey, they're right here. Oh yeah, but see, you have to do this and you gotta do this, and no, the motherfucker, they right here. Okay? Oppression. This is a pastor. Okay? All right, so I go on about my life. I'm building Truth Gang. We all in Louisiana. We doing our thing. We mean, the Voodoo Noir spirits and Mama Louie DeVoe and Dr. John and all the Louisiana spirits and shit. We doing our thing. Right? And, me and Baba D, we broke up when we were in Louisiana because of the magic that they were doing there to try to destroy me, just destroy my whole life, set me up to be robbed and all that other shit. And I ended up going to Baba D. Like, we broke up, and then I ended up going to Alabama with Baba D. And those people there, they tossed black magic on those people too. Those people mistreated me. They were stealing my mail. I have witnesses. And this is the gang stalking shit. They were stealing my mail for Asha's Epiphany, so y'all orders would be late. They stole the food stamp card, so I would have to spend cash on my children to eat. They wouldn't take, we're in the middle of the country. They wouldn't take me to the grocery store. I didn't know anybody. They all had cars. Nobody would take me to the grocery store. I have these kids out here now. Even if you don't like me, bitch. You get what I'm saying? They didn't even offer us a plate to eat on Christmas, and we didn't have any food. Okay? We did not have any food. This is all the SoulTies shit right now. These are people that don't even know about my ex-husband, or perhaps they do. Okay? But when they're doing black magic on you, everybody that you come into contact with can be affected. You know what I'm saying? And do the shit to you if they're weak-minded. Because see, me and Baba D, we did everything together. We were very productive. We were very creative. And I'm talking about Austin. And y'all know Austin was the Soul Tribe member too. He was one of the A1s. When I first started this channel, me and Austin got along very well until he got affected by the black magic. And then his whole family ended up being affected by the black magic. Okay, and those people did try to physically harm me, even Baba D. And I have witnesses, because some of the Soul Tribe members are the ones that helped me escape by, helping me out, the cash apps, the donations and shit like that. I didn't publicize it, so only a select few knew. Like, I had a few that was like, I'm gonna send you this, get you a Greyhound ticket, you gotta find you a ride, boop, 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 boop. I had a little money, but again, like I said, they were stopping my orders, stealing my food stamp card, holding my mail, shit like that. So they were oppressing me as well. I was unable to do it, but I still did it, and I got out of that situation. So that situation forced me to have to come back home here. Okay? It forced me to have to come back home. And when I came back home, the reason why I came back home, because they were doing death magic on me. I didn't have anywhere else to go. Like, I was like, fuck it, I'm tired of traveling the country. We've been out here 6-7 years or whatever. Let's just go home. My kids was exhausted. They're like, Mama, all right, let's just go home. Let's go see, the family and everything, And we come home, and as soon as I get home, and I don't give a fuck about this bitch either, my karmic ass cousin, I moved into her house, and I have witnesses on that shit too, and this bitch was trying to get money out of me every single day, like charging me by the day. If I turned the lights on, she wanted to charge me, oh well, I need some on the electric bill, you turned the lights on. And this bitch thought that I had money because I'm a YouTuber and I do Facebook and all other shit and I make money like that or whatever, so she thought I had a lot of money on me, and this bitch was straight trying to set me up to be robbed, to be shot. And I'm her fucking cousin. And that's how I ended up getting this house in 11 days. I got the house in 11 days. I got the house in 11 days because I did the fucking work to get out of that situation. And then when my aunt died, if you guys follow me on Facebook, you know that that is not really my aunt. And she was never really my aunt. She was my birth mother. Yeah. She was my birth mother. She died. And that's when I found out that all this time, 10 years later, I was in a third party situation. Okay? The funeral that was supposed to be my aunt's funeral, which was actually my mother, okay? That was the funeral that they had planned for me. Yeah. So I walked into basically my own funeral. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you all something. Y'all remember when I first got this necklace, right? I got this necklace like a little bit before my mother. I call her my mom T. So if you hear me saying mom T, that's my aunt, okay? So I call her my mom T. I got this necklace. I told you Santa Muerte right after we broke the statue. We did the money ritual, and then we broke the statue in the backyard for the group money ritual on Facebook. We broke the statue in the backyard. And Lenina Dorada was like, don't worry about it, I'm gonna get you another one. And then she got me this diamond encrusted fucking pimped ass motherfucking 10 karat gold Cuban link fucking chain and shit. For that, she was like, I'm gonna replace the statue, don't worry about it. She got me that or whatever. Before I could wear this, I don't even know if I told y'all, she told me to bury this in the ground, okay, for 9 days. I'm still on subject, just bear with me. All right, so I'm gonna bury this in the ground for 9 days. So I buried it in the ground for 9 days. The 9th fucking day, all right, the 9th fucking day is the day my mom T died. Yeah. And when I got the phone call from a karmic ass sister of mine, she's not even my sister, she's the fucking karmic, okay? When I got the fucking phone call, I had just sent them word that was like, I need you to do that whole day. She was like, you can't put this necklace on. Like, I was excited. Even when I dug it up, she's like, I'm gonna put it on now. She's like, you can't put this on. You have to take some of that Aztec healing clay, and you have to cover your whole body from head to toe in the Aztec healing clay. And this is she's like telling me, this is your ritual. This is you being resurrected, coming from out of the earth or whatever. And I didn't know anything that was going on with my mom T or any fucking thing, right? The moment I got out of the shower, I did the Aztec healing mask on my body, and it's mud, y'all. It's dirt, okay? So I did it all over my body. I'm talking about everywhere. Legs, underarms, private area, everywhere. Face, neck, everywhere. Right? So I'm covered in mud, and I'm about to rinse it off. I rinse it off. I get out of the shower. I'm putting on my oils and stuff, and I slide the necklace on my neck. And then the karmic sister calls me, and she's hysterical, and she's like, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, what? She's like, I know you don't want to talk to me, but I have to tell you something really important. I'm like, what? She's like, Aunt Carla died. And I was like, okay. That's the purpose of being obedient too, because see, they knew the whole time that they were trying to sacrifice me, and they knew the whole time that somebody was finna fucking die, and they knew the whole time that they were all putting their money on me dying. That's why they took out those life insurance policies on me. Okay? I just want to say that because obedience and shit too, because I didn't even know why Nina Dorado was asking me that, and I had put on the video right after I got the necklace that the spirit was telling me to do something, and I didn't tell you exactly what it was, and I didn't know why. My kid was, she come in the room and she said, "Why are you doing that? Like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing all that?" Because I was wrapping it up. I made like a little casket for it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Little necklace she gave me and shit. I made a little casket for it and shit. Wrapped it up with some herbs in that motherfucker, everything. My kid's like, "Why are you doing that?" And I'm like, "I really don't know why I'm doing this. The spirit just told me to do it, and obedience is better than sacrifice." That was my motherfucking answer. I didn't even know that I was supposed to be the fucking sacrifice. I didn't know that I was the one that they was planning on putting in the ground. I ain't know nobody was going in the ground. I didn't know anybody was going in the ground. Okay? He said your mama, he said he jealous of you too. Oh yeah, he jealous. He jealous. You said your mama was trying to sacrifice you and your damn daddy, but won't nobody believe me, but I'm protected. You are protected. Hold on 1 second, y'all, because I've been talking for a second and I gotta pee right quick. Just give me 1 second. Be right back. Ponder on that shit I just said. Because it's deep. I hope y'all ain't mind my leopard print. One second. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Let me dry my hands. I hope y'all still with me. Y'all still with me? That's what I'm talking about. True gang in this bitch. Y'all rocking with me. Alright. Oh shit. It's all shit right there. I got cords there, you guys. Like all of my wires and shit are there. Most stripped and shit. Alright, y'all. I'm back. I hope y'all heard me. Y'all heard me. All right, so I said all that to say this. Basically, right now to this day, y'all know I haven't been tripping off of this motherfucker. If I was jealous of him or I was jealous of his relationship or anything, I would have been online maybe talking about it or something. Like it would have shown in some way. I would have brought his name up or brought her name up or something, but I never did because I wasn't tripping off of them. But 2 days after my mom T's funeral, he then married that girl, right? Leah. And this is his third wife, and I'm his first wife. And remember, I'm the first wife from 10 years ago. And if you guys saw those text messages on Facebook, there was a lot of anger there. There was a lot of rage there. Like, she physically wants to hurt me. And I don't know that girl. But I've been in this third party situation in their relationship this whole time. It's psychotic. It's psychopathic. I'm going to tell you what happened, okay? They threw all that magic on me and all that shit because they felt like nobody loved me. They did beauty spells on me, glamour spells on me, isolation spells to put me in areas where I wouldn't have anybody, wouldn't have any friends, wouldn't have anybody to talk to or turn to help a sister out or anything. And they saw that I was able to push past those things and that I was becoming the star. So then he felt stupid for leaving me because he sees that there's potential fame there now, right? So that's why they hate me so much. And he's brought me up in his marriage. Like I said, I only met that girl. They've been together for years. I only met that girl once, and that was when I was in Atlanta, in the house. And I'm going to tell you when I met her, when I made the video on YouTube, timestamp wise, okay? Timestamp wise, we had 1:11 on the clock just a second ago. All right. So timestamp wise for you all, when I posted the video that I couldn't go live no more on YouTube because I didn't have 1,000 subscribers at that time, that's when I was in that house. That's the only time that I seen that girl. That was years. I think that video might be 2 or 3 years old. Okay? Go back and look at the video. That shit was like 2 or 3 years old. I have not talked to that girl or nothing, but if y'all read them text messages that I posted on that situation, you would think that me and her have real beef. And that's another thing about fake beef. That shit is an illusion. This bitch is beefing with herself. I even said in those text messages, I'm like, I ain't never done nothing to you. Like, why are you so hateful? You're ugly. We're gonna take your kids. You need your house is trifling. They said that because they were throwing magic on me to try to make my house trifling. But my house was never trifling. Even when we were in Louisiana and that motherfucker had roaches, but we lived in the projects. Of course, that's, you know, what it is. I still kept my house clean. I still kept my fucking house clean. But basically, the first wife had told me this too, and this is what he does to the women, okay? First wife told me this too. He told me don't lock my hair up. And then when he left me for Ernestine had her hair in locks, right? I rebelled against him and I had locked my hair any fucking way. Like, nigga, this is my motherfucking body. I'm gonna lock my own shit. He started, when I did that, he went and got a girl with locks, and that was Ernestine. He went and got a girl with locks, even though he said to me, no, you shouldn't lock your hair. I don't want your hair locked. He went and got a girl with locks after I locked my shit, right? And Ernestine actually told me when she was in Atlanta, when she was breaking down and crying to me, that one day she told me that she cut her locks off. So she was bald headed and wearing weave and shit when I went down to Atlanta. She told me she cut her locks off because I had locks. And I looked at her and I said, I would never. I would fucking never. I don't give a fuck if the Pope had locks. I ain't cut my motherfucking hair. But that was an insecurity or something that he had did to her to make her cut her fucking hair off. Compare herself to me. You get me? Weird. Obsessive. He divorced me. Understand that. Stand that shit. He divorced me. You made a mistake. You realize that I'm the fucking high priestess now. You realize that I'm the empress now. You realize that I'm the motherfucking king of pentacles now. He got that girl so jealous of me. That bitch, first thing she said to me, threatened wise, and I hadn't talked to this bitch in years, was, I'm gonna cut your hair off. And I knew right then and there that, bitch, you really must think that I'm beautiful and you hate me being beautiful, because the only thing that you're trying to attack on me is my physical beauty, bitch, and I don't even trip off of you. I am not a dominant factor in this man's marriage at all, but I have straight problems today because he kept me in a third-party situation unbeknownst to me. I didn't even know the bitch was thinking about me. Not him, her. Okay? Soul tie is so deep that these people have stolen my inheritance, right? When they did the dark magic and they thought that they were going to kill me, he got married to her 2 days after my mom T's funeral, right? Because they did the black magic and they thought, they're trying to choke me up. I don't give a fuck, bitch. It's already out. I'm going to say it. All right? Because they did the black magic and they assumed that I was going to be dead by now. He literally married this girl under my old name. Yeah. To collect my inheritance. Yeah. But I'm still alive. Yeah. You know? I said it was going to get deep. Alright? That's why the girl wants to physically hurt me. That's why he wants to physically hurt me. That's why he running around telling people that I'm a prostitute. That's how I make my money. that my house is trifling, that I'm a fake ass spiritualist, because he was, listen to me, y'all, he was someone who had spiritual gifts. All right? He was someone who had spiritual gifts that decided that they didn't want to do any shadow work, but wanted to use the gifts to harm other people. In my emotional videos, I said to both the pastor and his wife, if I am those things, why didn't you call DFS on me? Because they don't want to get any legal systems involved. And I'm going to go ahead and prophesy right now. Okay? Because I need the world to see this. The reason why he just came back right after my aunt's funeral is because they did this shit. It did not fucking work. And now they have this money that they've embezzled, that they've laundered. And now he needs to add me into the scenario somehow so that I can take the fault, so that I can be the scapegoat. That's why he needs me to get involved. But my ancestors, angels, and guides had already told me, they had already shown me, they was like, look, bitch, if you continue to allow him in your life, even for the kids, you're going to die. Or you're going to end up in jail, because he's out here committing crimes and they're using your name. They have stolen your identity and they're using your name to commit these crimes. Putting people, like, energetically. That's what I'm trying to tell you all. Energetically, people can still be attached to you. This man was long gone, out of my mind, out of my fucking system. I don't even think about this motherfucker at all. And I'm just now finding out that all these years later, all he could do was think about how he fucked up. He did me dirty, psychopath shit, right? He did me dirty, and now he wants to take me out. Now he wants to kill me because he's afraid that I'm going to tell the truth about him lying on me. Yeah. So he teamed up with my karmic adoptive ass mother and this new wife, and they all became a coven, and they started to involve members of the community, and they started to do spells on the community, glamour spells on the community, sympathy spells on the community. Because remember, I tell you guys, I come from a family adoptively that are high up in society: doctors, nurses, police officers, sheriffs. Okay? So yeah, I wanted to give that deep ass definition, that psychopathic ass, so y'all can get just a little piece of the psychopathic shit that I've had to endure just because I had children with this motherfucker. And I want to say another thing about this, and I told you guys that this shit would get dark. That motherfucker date raped me. Okay? He date raped me. And that's why I have another child with him. Okay? And I'm going to tell you how he did so. And I'm willing to be hooked up to a lie detector test for this as well. When I had my first son, and I realized that this motherfucker wasn't who he said he was. I realized he wasn't a preacher. He wasn't who he said he was. When I had my first son, I said to him, I don't want to have any more kids by you. You know? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't want to have any more kids by you. Don't ever fucking tell your right hand what your left hand is doing. Okay? Don't ever fucking tell your right hand what your left hand is doing. He said, okay. So as our son gets to grow or whatever, I began to give away his fucking walker, because now he's walking, his bouncy shit, all that shit, his little, you know, baby toys and all that shit. I began to give away all his shit. And my husband said to me, don't throw away any of that stuff, you're pregnant. And I said to him, no, I'm not. Because we had not been intimate. Because I don't like you, bitch. So we have not been intimate. So I'm like, no, I'm not. And he said, yes, you are. And I said, no, I'm not. Like, we did not have sex. We ain't had sex. So how the fuck am I pregnant? And he said, all right, go ahead and give away other stuff. So I gave away every fucking thing that my firstborn son had. And I went to the fucking store to get some ovulation kits. I was planning, okay? Fucking planning. I went to the fucking store to get ovulation kits in case me and him decided like we was gonna get on good terms or some shit, to know when not to have sex with him. And I promise you, when I went to the fucking store to get the fucking ovulation kits, they had a buy one get one free on pregnancy test. My God. So when I bought the ovulation kits to find out when I should not be sleeping with this motherfucker, that was the whole purpose of me buying the ovulation kit. So I would know when I was ovulating to know, nope, I have no more kids with you, bitch. No. And I can't get on birth control because that shit fucks with our bodies. It throws our natural alignment off. So they did the buy one, get one free with the ovulation and the pregnancy test kits. I think it was at Walgreens or some shit. And I bought some. And something in me, I was going to take the ovulation test first, but something in me was like, take the pregnancy test first. I took that fucking pregnancy test and I was pregnant. And my kids as my witness. My son now is 11 years old. Literally, up until I received my downloads and shit, when everything happened, the judgment and all that shit happened, my kids as they witness all their lives, I've always told them, I don't know how the fuck I got pregnant with my last son. I don't know how the fuck I got pregnant with him. I don't remember having sex with him. All I remember is us not getting along around that time, and not us getting having any intimacy with each other at all around that time. And literally for 11 years I've always said to my children that basically he was immaculate conception. I told my kids he was immaculate conception because I don't remember it, and his daddy claimed not to remember it. But then as I was getting my downloads, the spirit also showed me what happened. The fuck? They showed me what the fuck happened. I told him I didn't want to have any more kids with him, and he's a fucking narcissist, warlock ass bitch who decides that he wants to drain the energies of others because he doesn't have a light of his own. So what he decided to do was make me dinner one night, and I remember that shit. He made me dinner one night, and I passed the fuck out, and then fucking 6 weeks later, I had a positive pregnancy test. Immaculate conception, my ass. He saw that I was breaking the spell that he was putting on me by not wanting to birth any more of his children because he had put me through so much with the first child cheating on me as soon as we got married, as soon as I got pregnant, putting other bitches in front of me. As soon as we were married, this is the preacher. As soon as I got pregnant. And I told him I ain't want no more kids, and that was my mistake. I told him I did not want any more children by him. So he decided that he was going to drug me. Yeah. That he was going to drug me and then put magic on me so that I would not realize what had happened. But I clearly, the whole time, and I told my kids for 11 years, I have witnesses, my whole entire son's life, I've been telling everybody, I don't remember having sex with him. I don't remember it. I do not remember having sex with him. And I don't drink. Y'all see how I do. I take a shot with my spirits and pour the rest of that shit out. I don't fucking drink. When I go out, I have like a drink. If I go out, when do I go out? Never, motherfucker. Y'all see me go out once this year with some karmics too. And I'm going to explain that too, because the girl Kim Levette or whatever, that she's an exact doppelganger of my mother. And that's why I didn't really vibe with her that much. The girl I went out with just recently, when we was doing all the leverage and shit, I told her she looked just like my mama. I was like, nah, man, it's something was like, bitch, this is a doppelganger energy, right? This is all doppelganger energy. How the fuck do this bitch look exactly like your mother? And she's not even your mother. It's my adopted mother. How the fuck does she look exactly like her? How? Just younger. Karmic. Okay? But yeah. That's what narcissists do. And people that are trying to latch and trap. Niggas trap females with babies too. They tried to make me into the high priestess in reverse, because the high priestess in reverse is when you're barefoot and you're pregnant and you got all these kids and you by yourself. They want to make you look like the whore. Somebody just popping out babies, not standing in your power. But it's your get on that motherfucking ass put that thing down and flipped it and reversed it on that motherfucking ass. I'm not no high priestess in reverse. I'm the high priestess on the throne, bitch. And I will receive justice for this. Because everything is all like this. He has been so psychotic with it. So like he's out here actually committing crimes. And so is this girl actually out here committing crimes. And then they're trying to say that it's me. But see, there's proof of me being in different locations at different times. Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. This motherfucker has tried to make me a target by turning people against me. Going around spreading lies and saying I'm doing this and saying I'm doing that to get people to want to physically harm me. And these people don't even know the half of the story. They don't even know shit because I never even said anything about it because I figured, the relationship was over. That motherfucker has been energetically holding on. And I could see the shit in Atlanta because I was telling the spirits, right? In Atlanta, because I'm going to give y'all pieces because there's a lot of layers to this story. And I promise you, like I said, it is what it is. It's my truth. I ain't lying on nobody. I was fucking, telling the spirits in Louisiana, I said I could see something attached to me from him because I have visions too. I was seeing, it was a cord that I was seeing in the spirit realm, and it was attached to me, and it was from my ex-husband to me, and we had already long been divorced. And I could see this cord when I was in Louisiana. And that's why I shared my post on Facebook today that said my dreams was on 10. I had shared that post because that happened actually a year ago today when I was in Louisiana with Baba D. I said I could see that cord or whatever there, and the spirits was like, and that's what made me do a little something. Because I could see the cord was there and he was still holding on to me in the spirit realm. I was like, what the fuck? But I didn't fully understand it. All I could see was the core. And then also while I was in Louisiana, I also had that dream, right? I had a dream one night. And I'm going to end this live because I want to take me a little break, probably chill out for a little bit. I'm going to end this live or whatever. And I'm going to give y'all the story in pieces because, I've been alive for a few decades. So it might take me a while to get it all out, but it all makes sense, So I had this dream before any of this happened, right? And I believe I made a video about that too, where I had the download of a purple feather. I had dreamed of a purple feather. And I didn't fucking understand about this purple fucking feather. They didn't give me a reason. They didn't give me an explanation or anything. But I did put it on a Facebook video, actually. I had ordered a fan, right? Because it's air energy. I ordered a fan from Walmart and it was purple. So I was like, maybe this is what the purple fan, the purple feather means. This is a fan and it's purple. And feathers are air energy, so maybe this is what it means, right? That's not what the fuck it mean, right? Because after I got that download, right, I had a dream of, the dream was of this. I was in court. I was in spiritual court in the dream, and my adoptive mother was on the stand, right? And I was just sitting there, and she was pointing at me, and she was yelling and screaming and crying and accusing me of stuff. And I was sitting there in the courtroom and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I was seeing that and I was like, wow. And I said that, and I had called my karmic ass sister and I told her about the dream. As soon as it happened, I told Baba D about it too. But in that dream, that's what she was doing, and we were in court, right? And this is before I knew anything. I thought she was my birth mother. I thought this is the person who gave me life. That's what I thought. So I'm thinking, okay, I don't know why the fuck she would do that. But I knew that when we were in court that she was definitely against me. And from that moment on, I knew that she was against me. I didn't give a fuck what nobody said. I knew that she was against me because I was like, what the fuck? We were in court and I couldn't see the judges or nothing. All I could see was her on the stand, and everything else was black around. So it was like me and her. There was a light on her and there's a light on me. And I could see the witness stand, and then I could see myself. And Baba D was in the courtroom too. He was like next to me or whatever, right? So after she was doing all that yelling and screaming and shit, I remember Baba D getting up, right? And when he got up out of the courtroom, he had his suitcases with him, right? And this is all before we broke up and everything. He had his suitcases with him, and he started running. And he got up out the courtroom. He just started running, right? And I looked at my mama. Well, that bitch ain't my mama. I looked at the Wicked Witch of the Midwest. And I looked at Baba D, and he stopped. He stopped. And he was like, you coming or what? And I ran with him. And I was like, fuck her. Fuck everybody. Fuck all y'all. My whole family that was back there or whatever in the court. I'm like, fuck that. And I started running behind him or whatever. And when I woke up, I had told Papa D the dream, and I was kind of scared to tell him the second part because I was like, this nigga was leaving. He had his suitcases and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, and our relationship was good. Like, we didn't have any problems. We like at all. We have no problems, you know. So our relationship was good. So I was like, what the fuck? He leaving me? Like, why is he leaving me? He did look back, and that was the part where I went to Alabama. Okay, so I didn't understand the purple feather. I didn't understand why she was in court and she was yelling and screaming and accusing me of stuff. Or like, you know, saying like, she's the one who's wrong and she's the one who did this and she's the one who did that in the dream or whatever. I don't know why the fuck she was doing that. But I knew one thing's for sure. My nigga, my man had suitcases and he was running. Right? So that's the main thing. I mean, that stuck out to me, but that was the main thing too, because at my current situation, that was the only person that was in the dream that I was actually physically around. So I was like, okay, this nigga, we finna break up. Like, we finna separate or something, because he had his suitcases. Yeah, he did look back, but he had his suitcases. So we ended up breaking up shortly after that, right? We ended up breaking up shortly after that situation. And then that was the part with the suitcases, right? But then I remembered in the dream, and I was going through shit, and I was talking to some Soul Tribe members with that shit too. And I remember in the dream that he turned back and he looked and he was like, you coming with me or whatever. That was when we were in Louisiana. He physically, I put him out. Actually, that's what happened. And our breakup wasn't too big. I just sent him home. I was like, look, you need to go home or whatever, you know. And he went home. And then I stayed in Louisiana for like 30 days, right? And then after I stayed in Louisiana for like 30 days after he left, then he was like, come on to Alabama with me. That was the part of the dream right there where he looked back. He did leave me there in Louisiana, right? And then the dream, he was already ahead of me. He was gone, already ahead of me. And he stopped and he looked back. And then I went to him in physical reality. That was him looking back in the dream, right? I went to him in physical reality. And then after that was me packing my bags and going to Alabama. After that, that's when I came home. And then that's when all of this situation came out about my mother. Do you know what I put in my mom T's casket? A fucking purple feather. And I grabbed the purple feather right the fuck as I was walking out the door. Listen, I put this in the casket. This purple feather. I gave her a purple fucking feather. And then on the way to the graveyard, the purple feather made sense. The royal fucking bloodline. Yeah. Because that's when I found out that there was actually an inheritance. Legal situations in which where me and my family are really going to have to be in court. That ain't my family. But you know, those people who raised me, who paid for me to be in their bloodline, who adopted me into their bloodline because they so badly wanted to be a part of the royal bloodline. That's why I would make a good sacrifice for them, you know, because of the royal bloodline. But bitch, you can't get this one because God said hands off. But I did want to explain that, because I had that dream when I was in Louisiana, and now everything makes sense, because I couldn't understand for the life of me why I would be in a courtroom across from my birth mother, and she would just be yelling at me and pointing at me and throwing all this negative energy at me. Yeah. And then I had a dream of 3 sisters that were attacking me. And this was when I was in Omaha, Nebraska. I could see that there was 3 sisters that was attacking me. Yeah, it's a coven. My family is a part of the occult, and they are witches. And my mom is the 6-headed beast. That ain't my mom. The Wicked Witch of the West. She's the 6-headed beast. And she manipulated all these people around her and tried to make me look like a fool, but it all backfired. And I'm looking pretty goddamn good right now, and they're looking pretty fucking fucked up. People are starting to see that they have mental issues. People are starting to see that it's not me and it's them. And I give Ashe to the Most High Honorable Judge and the Divine Infinite Mother, Father, God for allowing the truth to come out. I'm going to tell you something. Even with all these readers telling my story, I promise you what I did after the Most High came to me and visited me and started to speak to me about the word and the power of the word. When I went live on Facebook and I taught on the word, I said, let there be light. And then all the motherfucking readers on YouTube started telling my story. My real life story about what's really going on with me. All of the readers I didn't know any of these readers. I never watched any of these readers because I get on here and I never really do readings on here. I'd be telling my story. I'd be telling my truth. But some of the readers I'll shout out. Spiritual Sag, I'm sorry. She's one of them. Tarot Diva. She's still in her Christian mind frame, but she is one of the sisters that was able to tap into the energies. Shahai Gates, that's a white reader. She was able to tap into it as well. Unique and what's her name? Unique and Unapologetic Tarot. She's one that was able to tap into it as well. Spiritual Advisor LLC. She's one that's able to tap into it as well. And they all picking up the preacher. And I'm going to tell you guys the sun signs and shit. The story that the Karmics are telling or whatever, you know, the readers are telling about the Karmics. I'm going to give y'all the signs, okay? I'm a Sagittarius, Aquarius, rising. The preacher is the Gemini. The Wicked Witch of the Midwest is the Scorpio. And the crazy ass current doppelganger bitch ass wife that wishes she was me is the Virgo. That keeps coming up in every reading, no matter what sign they go under. It's all the same reading. Why is it all the same reading? Because I'm going to be shown, shown, I said it right. I'm going to be shown as an example to the world of the power that you have within you and how you too can fucking shake the heavens, like literally shake the heavens with the power that you have within you. These readers can't even get off of this energy. Why can't they get off of this energy? They can't get off of this energy because the shit is prophecy. It's prophecy. Shit gotta play out. Shit gotta play out. And I want y'all to pay attention to the fact that this shit finna be on the news. The world fucking news. Okay? The world fucking news. The world fucking stage. So it could be a lot of people, like I said in my other videos, it could be a lot of people that are experiencing similar situations with their karmics, but it's only going to be one person that everything aligns with that was married to a preacher, okay, that has a new wife that's trying to doppelgang her, that has a karmic mother that is the head of a coven. All of their signs align. Your signs have to align too, okay? Sagittarius, Aquarius rising, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio. The Taurus that keeps coming out are my twins, my identical twins. They're Tauruses, okay? All right? I also want to say this about myself before I go, because I think I'm going to start there. The next video I'll probably be talking about the Wicked Witch of the Midwest. I was born a twin, okay? I was born an EBE. That's why I have EBEs. My brother was sacrificed. We are a part of an unsolved crime, okay? A cold case file. And that's why the shit will end up on the news. Because I was not born by the name that they gave me. Denise Wilson is the birth name. That's not the name that I was born with. I was adopted. And I also did not come into this world by myself. I had a twin brother that was murdered through child sacrifice. And I remember it all. Okay? And they know that I remember it all too. That's why they want to kill me, because they know that I know all the secrets. But it's not a secret anymore. It's not a secret anymore. And the joke's on you. When you date rape me, you already know what happened. You reincarnated my twin, my nigga, through me. So you thought you was finna implant some goddamn demon child inside of me. But really, you just allowed an ancestor to come through and hijack that pregnancy. And that pregnancy was twins too, right? But see, there was a battle inside of the womb. And only one of them could take that place and have that life, okay? And my brother won. And he reincarnated. Is now my child. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah. So that's what I'm going to give for my tribe vibes tonight. I'm just speaking my truth, and that's what the spirit want me to come out here to do. So when I feel necessary to speak my truth and let y'all in on my truth, I'm going to do so. And I don't give a fuck who's offended by my truth. I don't give a fuck as long as I ain't lying on nobody. When I say what I say, as long as I ain't lying on nobody, that's all that matters. But if I'm giving my unadulterated truth, then it ain't shit nobody can do about it, because truth is truth, and truth will always come out. Whatever's done in the dark will always come out. Okay? And I just want to thank the ancestors and angels and guides, the divine, infinite, Father, Mother, God, for the golden wall of protection around us all. And I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow for the oracle check-in. Yeah, we're gonna take a rest tomorrow. We're probably just gonna do oracle readings, and that's it. I might take a day. I don't know. I might. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something with my kids. We gonna go. We're gonna have a family day, and I'll probably open up. I will come in for the morning for the oracle check-in on both YouTube and on Facebook, and I'm going to take the morning portion probably of my day, if I can, and do something with my children, and the evening portion towards like bedtime and bath time and all that other shit. And I will come back and do some type of oracle check-in again. So I love you guys. Truth Gang, I'm out this bitch. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification fucking bell, and put that notification to all videos. I'm out.